Hello, this is Trey, Clearly Homemade. Thank you very much for joining me tonight for our Saturday Night Live event, Clay on a Mug. And that's when we do literally what it says, clay on a mug. I have never done clay on a mug before. I figured it would be fun, something to try out. I like to put clay on everything that I can. This adds a little bit of personalization, plus it gives me a reason to use some clay. Now what I'm doing right now is I have some molds. I've been wanting to try the molds out. See, I have some teddy bears right there. I'm not sure I'm doing them yet, but I'm going to do something. I might make those into earrings. I might have to do them in brown or mica powder. You know, there's always mica powder. It's always an option. We're going to do 2 mugs today. The reason why we're doing 2 is that the first one is going to be pretty quick. And the second one is probably going to need at least 2 videos to do, I think. Depending on how everything goes. Now this is how I do molds. I'm not saying this is how you should do them. What I do is I put the clay in. I smush and roll. And then I use this to cut out the extra. Just like that. Let me get this and I'll show you. I think this would make a cute pair of earrings. You know? I should have done this for St. Patrick's Day, huh? Look at me, not being prepared. What a surprise. Okay, make sure I get my video shared out and the volume turned off. I don't need to hear my phone going off. Here we go. Here we go. Excuse me a moment. My phone is very like this gorgeous case. I wish I could do this in clay. That'd be awesome. Let me see here. Instead of done with this, I'm going to pop this out. We're going to take a look. I have a feeling the stem is going to be a little bit too small to survive the peeling, but I mean, these came out pretty good. Okay, here we go. Great. I'm going to, there's 2 people I'm going to send it to at least. And then, there we go. Now, I am going to do a video for a custom order, but I have to get this stuff for it first before I can make it. Okay, now we got this all done. This is just prep stuff. Pull it out just like that. And voila. Nice little 4-leaf clover. And do it again, but this one, I believe these are supposed to be like a matching set. This one has a little heart in it. There we go. Push, push, push. Make sure we get into everything that needs to go. Roll it. Push it in some more. There we go. Okay. And of course it is storming, or it did for like 2 seconds, but it's really loud. So I'm thinking it might continue. It always wants to storm when I'm doing my videos for some reason. Oh, look at that. Now, figure out what we're doing with this part right there. See, it's missing that. That's not good. So let's add a little bit more clay. Squish down the side. And then we'll start a video in a minute. So I'm going to try a technique that I've been wanting to do, but I have not yet. We'll see how well it goes. And thank you for joining me in this preemptive stuff. It gives me a chance to share the video, talk with you a little bit before I get started on the meat and potatoes, so to speak. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this pulled out here. And survey says, not so bad, not so bad. It's supposed to be a little heart. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Let's squish. Okay, so this is too small, but I can definitely do my little bear. I have other ones that I want to do as well. We will see. I'm surprised that these came out this cute. Look at this. Cute little teddy bear. This would be great for like baby shower. Somebody who really likes teddy bears. I'm going to put them right on a mug. But now it's 5 o'clock. Easter Standard Time. Hi, folks. Thank you for joining me tonight for my Saturday Night Live event, clay on a mug. And I will be literally putting clay on a mug, just like the video said. So my husband was kind enough to pick up some mugs for me. However, he did not pay attention to a few of the things that are on here, but that's fine. These mugs are personal use, as I am using copywritten for this particular design. It's fine. First thing I want to do is get fingerprints and clay off of here so the clay can adhere a little easier. While we let it dry, I'm going to use rubbing alcohol. While we let it dry, that's a lot of rubbing alcohol, and I can tell that I have cuts on my fingers because everything stings like the dickens. And yes, this will be coming off as well because you can't put it in the oven with the sticker on. So we're going to let that sit here. Okay, great. Let me get my hands dry. Okay, actually, you know what? Clean this up. Okay, so the reason why the red clay is currently in saran wrap is that I have noticed with the primary colors, dark colors actually, it likes to smear. And red is really bad. My fingertips will be covered in red. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make this design. This is the Horde symbol from World of Warcraft, a game that I play pretty much every day. I love it. I love it so much. And this clay has already been kneaded to my satisfaction. It's actually wet, if that's possible. But we're going to... It was weird. It's really weird. So the idea is we're going to create the symbol. It's on a piece of paper. I had my machine trace it out. I'm going to follow the design. It's on saran wrap, so it won't stick to the paper. Also, clay leaches. That means is if you add it onto paper, the oils of the clay will be stuck in the paper and will not bake well. So we want to prevent that. There you go. No, I'm not going to get into a debate on factions. If you play the other side, you know who you are. You know that I will not talk to you. I'm just kidding. Okay, we're going to get this little by little. And yeah, I'm cheating by using a design, but whatever. I am not very good with freestyle designing, and I'm okay with that. Make sure we're getting... Actually, let me try this. Actually, this might take me an hour just to do the darn design. I'm going to roll it. Make the design nice and thick. Unlike the Christmas tree, actually just like the Christmas tree, you want the design thick so it's not really crumbling. I'll take this part off here. Okay. Make sure we're following what we have. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure we're doing the thickness to it. The design is 3 inches. Just so you know, 3 inches tall. Fit really nicely on the mug that I have picked out for it. So let me do, let's be sharp. But it is clay. Okay. It's always a good idea to have a somewhat idea of what it is you're making. I can't do this by heart. No way. I use a stencil for all this stuff. I've never done this type of stencil. That's clearly not going to work. Okay. Roll this. Say it's going to take me an hour just to do this. Okay, there we go. Make it rolled, and then I guess we're going to. There we go. That's better. Okay, that's much better. Okay, here we go. We're going to get like that. We're going to go like this. Okay, probably should have taped it on first, right? Right. Whatever. Live and learn. Live and learn. There we go. Let's see what's going on with that over there. this is supposed to be thinner. We're doing VPK. We're going to visit VPK, voluntary pre-K for my child. Okay, this is not going to work either, I don't think. Go like, maybe I cut it out. We're just going to have to leach it. It's just fine. I really shouldn't just make a mold. I'm cutting it out now. I actually have another idea of how to do this. This is just regular, plain, simple, light cardstock. Nothing fancy. I like to complicate my life. By that, I mean, instead of doing it the super simple way, there we go. Watch. This is what we're going to do. Roll this up again. Make sure we're not going to have any kind of, we're going to put this on the thickest setting. Okay. There we go. Make sure we have no problems. Right on the thickest setting, just like that. And we're going to do this. Just like a cookie cut, right? Right. What I should have done in the first place, but I did not because I am silly. And we all know if you do things silly, when you do things correct, everybody's astonished. There you go. Work only as hard as people expect you to work, which is terrible. You do not get extra rewards for it. There you go. Hi, Heather. I haven't talked to you in forever. Speaking of wow, this is actually perfect for you to come in. I'm doing the horde symbol. We're actually going to be raiding again, if you can join us. We're looking to do it when the new raid comes out, probably the week afterwards. Okay. Which would be nice. This is actually working. Oh, it is. Somewhat, maybe. I have to fix that right there. Okay. I have an X-Acto knife around here. I was going to figure out where it is. Listen, I lose everything. If I didn't, who would I really be? X-Acto. Oh, no, it's okay. Listen, life happens. I understand you have to keep the peace. Try not to. One. Okay. That's weird. It's not showing me the comments on my video. Which is the reason why I have the video in the first place, so I can read comments. It's going to be exciting then. Okay. We're definitely going to have to touch this up a lot. Which is fun. I might have an idea on how to get the clay onto the cup. We're going to see. Okay. Let's get this off of here. Good. Let's get this pulled up. Oh. If it's a little rugged, it's okay. You know, Horde's been through a lot with, you know, war chiefs changing and all the other stuff. So if it's a little rough looking, it's fine. Once again, this is also just for me, so I'm not really that concerned. There's probably an easier way to do this. Yeah, there is. You know, like people do pumpkins. Oh, wow. I'm glad that you got him to play something. I haven't done Redemption. But I think that's the one with the dog, maybe? It just started to downpour, by the way. I'm not sure if you can hear it over the headset. Pretend I'm doing this right. Make sure. Now, the idea is I'm going to bake this on the mug. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to bake this on the mug. And if it doesn't stay on, I do have a glue. We'll make it. So I'm always going to make sure it works before I sell it. I try anyway to do that. But I am almost done with the strap on the shell purse. And I was going to do a ribbon, but the ribbon that I had, it didn't feel right. And it wasn't cooperating. So I should have done this backwards and then just be able to smush it onto the cup. Now the neat thing about doing clay on one side is that I could always add decals on the other. It is fun to play. I'm glad that it's fun to play. It's something I want to try. For the Horde. Oh yeah, so Heather, Roachhound is actually what she is known as in WoW. They now have dailies to get you to fly. So everybody's been working on the dailies for that. See, there we go. And they are terrible. There's one zone that's really neat, and then the other zone is awful. So bad that it's so hard to play for me. It's just awful, awful. Okay, so I don't carve pumpkins either. We are going to definitely have to make that pretty. There we go. Of course, I have red for this. My bathroom is all in Horde. We have the Barons on the bottom of the bathtub. Let me fix that. And Logtar Ogar on my mirror. Yeah, no. So there's two zones, two new zones. One of them is called Nazratar. And hi, Lisa. Speaking of another person who plays WoW. Lisa, it's Roach. And Lisa, the person who doesn't play with us anymore. But they went, so there's two new zones. One of them is like water, but there's no swimming. And the other one is, the other one is all like steampunk. Steampunk is awesome because they give you something to fly with. They give you a jetpack, every couple days where you can learn the blueprint for that. Look at that. For the Horde. And the mug will be done by now. I'll put it right on this guy here. Look, it's disgusting. Apparently I should have just washed it. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my goodness. My computer just yelled at me. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. I gotta get this. Poop. We got a problem. It's fine. Okay. Let's see here. Get this lifted. Put this. And I'm going to mold it onto the cup a little bit better. Now, what I can do on the other side is I can do clay or I can do a decal. And it will obviously say, either Loktar Ogar. It would say Blood and Thunder. Or For the Horde. Now, Lisa actually got a For the Horde mug from me, I believe. She hasn't followed up, see if it's good. Yeah. Mechanigon is freaking awesome. I love it. I actually just got the achievement, Scrappy's Best Friend, because I killed the Scrap King. And, I killed the Scrap King, and he dropped the blueprint for the treat, which is awesome. Here we go. Okay. It's a little rough. But listen, I should honestly put some tape on it. I should probably put on the back of it for Sylvanas. Sylvanas is my war chief because, Girl Scouts stick together. Damn, I love her. I'm surprised Michelle's not here. She'd be happy to see you guys. She's probably sleeping. Yeah, that's right. Your cups were obnoxious to do. Your mugs were. And now I'm doing clay. Now this, like the vinyl decals, cannot go in the microwave. Or oven, for that matter. Once it is baked on, you cannot add anything to it. Or you cannot put it in the oven or anything like that, because it will be a terrible experience for everybody. Get this smoothed out a bit. Now the next mug I'm doing, I decided on a certain design. I guess the mugs were not the best quality, like other like dimples and stuff like that, and the glazing. So, yeah, I like it. Just a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's handmade, You know me, I put the hand in handmade, literally, the hands. Sometimes I bleed in my clay. No, I'm just kidding. I try not to. Try not to. There we go. Make sure this is, I'm going to use not, we don't want to scratch the mug, so we're going to use something a little easier to use. Go ahead and start really making sure that there's separation where it needs to be separated. I need smoothing where it needs to be smoothed. Let's do like this here. You know, I'm going to have to watch this in a different way. Let's see if it works. Oh, no, I got my, okay. Let's see. For some reason, it was just being silly. But lately, the game that takes most of my time is Ark. I play Ark Survival with people that, guild members from WoW. For Dead Rabbits. I play with them. A few of them, you know, a few new people. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I tame dinosaurs. And I build a base. And I asked them to put on a mod if there is one. Because on Steam, you can get, you know, modifications to the game, mods, for those who are not game people. Ark Survival is it's a survival game with dinosaurs. That's it. That's what you do. There are scary dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rexes, Ankylosaurs. There's a bunch of different biomes that you can go into and build and harvest. It's a survival game. That's it. That's it. Yeah, no, it's I love it. I love the game. I love it. I don't know why I love it. I like survival games, so it's like a really nice version of Minecraft. But you can't dig underground, but you can chop down trees and stuff. Like kind of like 3D Terraria. No, Terraria is also underground. I don't know. Look it up. Look up on Steam. I might have a sale. You can come play with us. Okay. Let me get this a little. Now, it has been a little elongated from the original design. Once again, it's okay. This is mine. And there you go. Clay on a mug. Nothing on this side yet. But you can do so much. You can wrap it around here. But this is for the horde. But I have a feeling that it might be a little too smushy in some spots. We're going to have to really take a look at it. What I can do is I can cut out another one. And I can put it on top, and then I can just trace around it if I need to. Okay, so that's it. That's the simplest thing that you can do. Literally slap on the design, throw it in the oven, and you're good. This is mine. I'm probably going to put decal around here. All the sayings and stuff. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But now, on to the next one. Now, I like the next one because, well, okay, see my hands? They're all red. Okay. Actually, I got to turn off Discord or make it quiet because they're talking about adding stuff to the game, and I don't feel like hearing it beep every 5 seconds because they talk a lot. Okay. So my hands, as you can tell, are red. I got to get them cleaned up. And we're going to work on this one. Okay. Let me go. Okay, I got to get, there we go. Now, this is a white mug. I am using black clay. But as you know, I don't just use plain clay. You know, I put stuff on it. And I thought, I just got black in. Really nice black too. It's actually nice and smooth, which is really awesome. So what I'm going to do with this one, so this mug is not in the best condition. There are a lot of dimples in it and stuff. So you're going to really want something that covers it as much as possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a dragonscale mug. Yep, that's right. I'm doing dragonscale on the mug. Which means the entire thing is going to need to be done. Hi, Sue. Let me get this up here. I did put the right image. Good. Now this mug, before you put it, you know, anything on it, is microwave safe and dishwasher safe, which is great. However, once I add anything to it, it is no longer dishwasher safe nor microwave safe. This is strictly hand wash only. It will be given a coat of epoxy because of the mica powder that I'll be putting on top of it. With stuff like that, you definitely don't want to get to the high heat that the dishwasher gets to. It'll like smooch. It'll be terrible. So we're going to do all in black. Now, when you put your mouth on it, you want to do about 1 inch. We're going to do 1/2 inch today. I have, let's see, I have a tape measure. I have a, I could have used this before. I'm so blind. So we're doing 1/2 inch to start there. So let me go ahead and we're going to do, try to think how, we can do just a band around. And then we can, that's probably a good idea. So let's do a band, just like, okay, we're actually going to do 3/4 inch. That way it gives me a 1/4 inch to put the epoxy. Now this is also just going to be for me because the cup is a bit puckered. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to do probably the, I'm trying to think the best way to do it. This cup is terrible condition. Okay, I can't sell anything like that because I can't put anything here because you guys are going to put your mouth on it. And I've seen people do that, and they're really not supposed to, you know, have that kind of contact. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm just going to make that right there. Okay, now we're going to start doing our dragon scales. Now, you can do an eyeball with this, which I'll probably do because, you know me, I like making eyeballs. And I have a lot of the Caputrons. I can do it. Let's start anywhere. This clay is nice and sticky. I am not wiping this one off. I don't feel the need to because I'm seeing how well this is sticking here. There is a glaze on here. That's fine. You know, it'll be fine because if it's dishwasher safe and microwave safe, then the glaze is clearly not going anywhere. Okay. Gonna be a lot of dots. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a multi-part video for this one. But it will be neat. So I think next Saturday we're gonna be doing some more work on this. Let's see here. Just an FYI, if you are interested, the wine glass with the tower is available. It is also ready to be decaled. I have not put a coat of epoxy on it yet. So if you want to put a monogram or something like on it, there's definitely a space for it. Okay, you know what? Let's do, oops. You can put teddy bears on here, you know, if you want. You know what? Let's try something different. And this is going to take 8 million years. Some people use, they cover it up and then they do dimples on it. Not dimples, but they use a mold. I don't have a mold for it. But let's try. I have this thing here. I'm willing to use it. Okay, that's not going to work. I can't get the clay out of my mold. So like this. And they just do all the scales to look like that. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. Let's try it, right? Worst case scenario. We can just do an impression. No, I'm probably just do it by hand. We're going to do just, I think we're going to do half of it. So let's do a line clearly here. There we go. And they're watching a movie and they're kind of loud. I hope you guys can't hear it. Okay. I'm going to do just a bit just to see what it looks like. Okay. As you can see, the clay is very smushy. Okay. It sounds like they're watching a movie with The Rock. I wonder if they're watching Jumanji. Okay. We're going to do just a little bit just to see what it looks like before we cover the whole thing, because you can see there's some air bubbles in here. We're going to have to smush it. we go. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay, so do something like this. Let's do, we can use this. Okay, do. The thing with doing it like this, though, you're going to have the whole clay is going to be, yeah, no, it doesn't work for me either. It's wet clay right there. See, everything just sticks so well right now because this clay is ridiculous. Okay, we're just going to do bigger ones. That's it. Bigger scales. Like that. Might be too big. I should start from the top, go from the bottom, right? Right. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so no problem. I'm going to start from the top. And then we're going to go from there. We're going to do pieces about this big. And make a bunch. I normally don't like to pre-roll stuff, but we're going with a set design. I just can't do the imprints. I need to feel my scales. Okay. And then we're going to roll out a piece to go around. I don't know what hit. I think we're okay. Make this all over. Things away. Okay. Okay, we get the white. Get out of here. Potty paper. I don't really want to mix your colors if you're going to do. I mean, it's going to be mica powdered anyway. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay, here we go. Tell you, man, my life is making balls and snakes. Okay, we're gonna go. There we go. Nice slide around it. Suppose we can take this off here. Or do that. That works too. Make sure we're going to do it even enough. Probably should make it a little higher. Just so it matches this side here. I just cannot make anything straight. It was just beyond my ability to do so. I'm just going to have to use a thing to flatten it out. There we go. Okay, I'm going to make sure I'm going to go up that high. Okay. Well, it's just something. Like sticking to everything. There we go. This up. To make this nice and even, or even-ish. Okay. We're going to find something about this size and then just run it around. So far, it's not so bad, though. Not so bad. I'm probably going to keep this one for myself because of the dimples, but that's fine. Okay. I have a song stuck in my head. Bad lip reading for Star Wars. The song Bushes of Love. Bushes of Love is stuck in my head right now. Usually it's Stop It Now, Seagull song, but this time it's that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and make it thicker. Make a nice thick band to go around it. It's maybe not quite so scraggly looking. Okay, just smooth it out. Get rid of the lines that are there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a tool that's just what I need size-wise and length-wise to cut this down a bit. You know, it may be like all kind of crazy looking in the beginning because it usually ends up pretty nice. Usually. And no, I should not have used a black mug. I like the white, you know, it's a nice contrast, you know. It'll look cool. You know what I can do is I can make this look pewter and then just do hammered pewter on top, like I did those wine glasses. That would look pretty nice. And it'll be a sharp looking because I'm using the black, which will really show off that pewter. And I did just get some pewter mica powder, which I'm really excited about. Okay. Great, almost done. We can start the fun stuff. We'll figure out what we're going to do with the handle too. Do something with the handle as well. Okay. Now we can start putting the scales on. Make sure this is moved down a little bit. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go along. It's just like everything I do anyway. Okay. There we go. Take these. Put it like that maybe? Yeah. And the idea like that. I saw one of these that had eyes to make it look like the eyes are in the front. It was kind of weird. Not my thing. Don't forget, you want fingerprints on this, okay? The reason why you want fingerprints on this is because it gives the scale a more realistic look. If you take a look at lizards and snakes, their scales look like there's fingerprints on them as well. That's not the one that I want. Ooh. Oh, there's the thunder. Oh, it is dark outside. Which is great. Of course, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I love to hear suggestions. Like my fingers are getting black from this. Suggestions are my favorite. I love seeing how your ideas are incorporated into what I'm doing. My suggestion would be not to do that again. Roll it up. Bigger scales are harder, especially when they overlap, and especially when it's warm clay. You can see This is going to be a difficult process. It's fine. It's fine. It's a little bit too much. You know what? I wonder. No, it has to be overlaid. This is how warm the clay is right now. Which is not good. I have a question. Should we put eyeball on here? Should we make this into a dragon eye cup? Put like the eye right there. Or should I just do scales? I really like scales. You know, with the scales, I wonder if I can do snake pattern. My favorite snake is ball python. They're very sweet, very docile, terrible eaters. And I miss my snake. Look at that. Okay. It's coming out pretty nice. I like the black, really like the black. I can do little scales right there. And a dragon head right here. Be crazy. Never finished that dragon head sculpture. I had a serious problem with it. It wasn't doing what I wanted, so I gave up on it. I'm just kidding. Actually, no, I did. I put it down for a bit. Like, I like the head. I'm just not sure what to do with the head. I can probably stick it right on here. Or I can put it on another one. Can't put it on this one because this one's black. And the scaling is different. I could definitely put it on another one. These are too big. Smaller balls. Take some arc when I get back. I think they're putting a new mod on now. It's just fun. I have no coffee. I have no coffee, no water. I'm dying here. Okay, these. There we go. Kind of wish I can pre-cut them and have them have some kind of design on them. You know, so they're not just rounded like that. I don't know if I should do that or not. It would require more effort. I don't like it. Just take it off and redo it. Just a nice thing about clay. You can always redo it. That one is not the greatest. It's like we're kind of going down too. Take this off. Okay, I gotta redo this. I'm gonna make this more even. Look at all that work. See? You can always take it off. Okay. It might be because the clay is so warm that it's giving me a problem, which is most likely the problem. Or I'm so scatterbrained that it's just not working out, which is also could be the problem. I've only had 1 cup of coffee today. That's it. No, I had 2. That's right. That's how little the caffeine is affecting me. I forget that I had 2. Okay, I'm going to have to smooth this down a bit. Don't forget, if you want a mug like this of your very own, I can always add charms to it. I do have that option. I do have, I think, 25 charms up right now. I do have to make the folder for it. I will work on that tomorrow. And of course, on Sundays, I do not post anything. So Monday, I don't do any work on Sundays unless I have an order. So Monday, we'll have some more charms to go up. Taking pictures of it is obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I take so long to do them. It's just not the most fun thing in the world. Okay, let's see how many this is right here. Make sure this nice and smooth. Okay, good. This is not. Where is the tool that I was thinking of? There we go. Can you hold it? But I had something. Yeah. It doesn't work exactly like I want it to. Okay, it's pretty even. Now let's get this down here. I don't want the clay to be too thick. No, the clay's already gonna be, the cup's already gonna be heavy anyway because, well, it's a ceramic mug, and ceramic mugs are pretty heavy. But I don't want the clay added onto it to be pretty heavy as well. So we want to prevent too much heaviness. I'm glad that I took the time to do this instead of just carrying on with what I was doing, because this would have bothered me and then I would have to redo the whole thing anyway. Okay, there we go. I eyeball a lot of this. Okay, and then we're going to do that lovely trick of squish. And flattens it out. That did not flatten it out. Use this instead. Nice. Okay. That's better. Let me get rid of some of this extra clay. There we go. It's okay, there's some over here. Cover the handle in this anyway, I believe is what we're going to do. It gives me a chance to smooth this down some more as well. Okay, let's try this again. I should do smaller ones. Here, I have an idea. I wonder if that's where Bruce gets it from. He says a lot, I have an idea, and then he taps his lip. Taps his mouth. He's like really thinking of an idea. It's really funny. Okay. Let's do like this big. Think would work. It's like pieces of licorice. I'm assuming there's a faster way to do this. This is the way I'm doing it. Yeah, I think those scales were a little too big. I'm doing a little smaller right here because this is thicker for the clay. Go back to normal. You don't want the clay to get stuck together either. Okay, so this is just a bit of clay. All different sizes. Let's do like right there. I want to round it out. Maybe not. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do either. Man. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Hello, Bianca. Thanks for joining. I'm going to go like this. There's the storm again. Let's hope it doesn't mess up like it does before. Yeah, it's better if I just round it up like that. I have some pretty colors we're using. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this one in pewter because I just got pewter in and I just want to see how it looks. Okay, we're going to smooth this out here. Just like that. There we go. Probably do this in gold. Gold and silver, I think, would be pretty. So whatever I don't get done today, we are going to continue next Saturday. Because I have Saturdays are okay for me to do a video, but during the week, not so much. Too much to do. Once I do it later. But I like to spend time with my husband. Okay. We're following the line. It's going pretty nicely. I think we're going to do this in like a nice gold. Maybe, yeah. That's going to look really sharp. We're still into Game of Thrones, even though it's officially over. No, I did not watch the last season. This would be a good Game of Thrones mug. If you like dragons. You know what I could do? Since we did the other one in Horde, I can do this in the colors of Onyxia. We already have the black, so I have to add purple. See what other colors she has. Maybe I can add, I can add horns. Maybe I can make this look like the horn of hers. You know, wrap it around with the gold. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe this will be an Onyxia mug. That's it. We're going to do an Onyxia mug. I'm going to find out her colors. I'm pretty sure they're Maleficent colors. So like black, purple, light purple, maybe blue. So we can actually just, well, Maleficent is really just black and green. But by Maleficent, I mean like when she was the witch, not when she was the dragon. I'm a big fan of Maleficent. Actually, my favorite my favorite villain ever is Cruella de Vil. She was awful. Like really, she was awful. Like, I mean, Ursula, she's like, whatever, you know, Little Mermaid. She's like, okay, I'm going to give you this, but this is what happens in return. So she had a contract, you know, she was perfectly fine with the contract. Sleeping Beauty, you know, that's vanity. All she did was say, hey, listen, you know, cut out her heart, but it never really happens, you know. And she never really hurt the person. Cruella de Vil, on the other hand, skinned dogs. That's right. She bought puppies to skin them. And that, in my opinion, is worst thing that you could do, you know, because they're dogs. I'm not the biggest animal lover, but dogs do not have a voice of their own, so they need people to do it. And anybody who's willing to buy puppies to skin them for a coat and then steal them is pretty awful, in my opinion. That's why I like her. Because she is just awful. She's an awful, awful person. We have our first row of scales. And from here, it should be pretty easy. Go like this. There, one at a time. This will be the Onyxia mug. One of a kind, just like the mount. If you have not gotten the mount yet, it is still available in World of Warcraft. My husband finally got it. He gave me the first one for him to drop, and then it didn't drop again for like 3 years. That's how much he loves me. But I have Ark to play with. It's going to be 6 o'clock. I'll play Ark tonight. I don't know. I like to play video games. That's what I do. Play video games and Minecraft. I have to go to work soon. Find a job. It's going to be terrible. I mean, if this picked up, I wouldn't have to. Look at that. Overlapping this. Yeah, you know, I don't talk about the Headless Horseman because Billy will write it around. And I would run it 110 times a year. Something like that. It won't drop for me. Kind of gave up on it. Well, until October. I'm going to try 110 times more. I ran it every day on every character possible. All of them. Nothing. It is terrible. Yeah, that's really the only amount that I really actively went after. It takes so much time to do everything, you know, and I can't spend all my time playing World of Warcraft. I can't. I want to. No, not really. I want to play Ark all the time. That's what I want to do. But I can't. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, no, that would. I'm sorry. That's awful. That's really bad. Worst of the worst thing to do. Exes are terrible people, just in general. I know I'm an ex. I was a terrible person. I admit it. My apologies. If you're an ex of mine and you catch this video, please accept my apologies unless you deserved it. And I can list at least 10 of you that deserve it, so you do not get apologies from me. Now it's not, how do they loot it? That's right, now it's per person instead of shared. Yeah, I would go with him, but what's that? I'm sorry, that was a really weird thunder. It sounded like somebody was stomping around outside. Somebody got shot. I don't know. It could be either or. That was probably some of the oddest thunder I've ever heard. My headphones are on too, but I wouldn't make that much of a difference. I don't know. What do you think? Think it's worth it to continue around? Keep going like this? Big thick scales, Onyxia horn right here. A lot of clay. It's not even the clay that matters. I got a lot. I got 2 pounds. It's probably going to be a pound itself. That was some creepy thunder. We're going to eat dinner maybe after we're done. I'm so hungry. I got an elliptical machine because I want to exercise more. And I have not done it. I did it for a couple days, and then my knee was hurting because my knee still hurts from like 3 weeks ago. So I gotta rest it. And then my feet hurt. I guess I'm not wearing the proper shoes. Whatever. Who can afford things like that? I want to get an exercise bike as well, or a rowing machine. I got mine for $25 on Facebook. So what do you think, Heather? Should I continue like this? This looks good, right? We're good? Okay. There is a humongous delay between what I'm watching, what I'm doing, and what everybody's seeing. So I blame somewhat on the weather. It's going to be really cool when I'm done. I've been wanting to do Onyxia for a while. There is a WoW machinima. I'm probably going to have to find the link for it. And what a machinima is, for those who don't know, I believe it's when they take video game footage and turn it into video. There are a lot of WoW machinimas out there. My favorite is the one that uses the song Hide and Seek. And it is done in Afterburning Crusade. It is done in Stormwind, which is the Alliance capital in Azeroth. And a rogue goes to kill, I think it's Onyxia. I think it's Onyxia. And the rogue is fighting against another one. I think it's human. And it's a great battle between it. And it's a really, I like this video. I like the song. Nami Amuroto, I believe. I cannot pronounce things for the life of me. I can read them, I can spell them, but I cannot. Nami Amuroto, hide and seek. So if you can, watch it. Done very well. It's one of my favorites. Another one uses song by Jonathan Colton. The song's called Creepy Doll. And it's pretty well done as well. Now, the thing about World of Warcraft, as great as the game is, the graphics are terrible. They're very cartoony. Ark is not. Ark is more realistic. I mean, it's a video game. It's not like, it's an MMO. That's what Ark is. Massively multiplayer online. I mean, you can be if you want to do it with those people. You usually have like 4 people in at a time. 5 if you include me. And the graphics are definitely a lot better. Game is also, and the thing is though, like you don't have to buy any of the expansions or anything because they actually just came out with one. I've been playing for like, what is it, 7-10 months now, something like that. And I've already logged like 800 hours, something like that. Something ridiculous. Yeah, see, if it's not, Red Dead is not online, right? Red Dead is first person, not first person, but you know what I mean. Red Dead is just, you don't play with everybody else. And I have found that games that it's like console, like not console games, because they're like PC games too, but games where it's like one person, or if it is, yeah, see, first person. So games that are like one person, or I don't like the scale. The scale looks terrible. Okay, so games that are like first person shooters, or games that are, you know, couch co-op or local co-op, which means 2 people at the same time. Couch is the person sitting next to you, so 2 controls going on. Games like that, the graphics will be better. I have found it. I could be completely wrong. I haven't played in a while. Yeah, see, better graphics, because they have the ability, because they're only worried about one system. So they can put more time and effort into the one system with the graphics for that. But the game that I'm really looking forward to is Animal Crossing. That's right, Animal Crossing for Switch. Comes out soonish. We don't know exactly when, but I am incredibly excited for that. That's going to be the best. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, folks. That's all we got done, because I cannot make up my mind to say life with me. So we're going to look up, I'm going to find pictures of Onyxia. We're going to see. I might actually put her eye on the side. Make this Onyxia's head, and then have her horn here, or have her eyes here and put the horns come out. We don't play it as much anymore. We go back and forth, but with WoW's new expansion, new patch, and new content and stuff, and with Ark and stuff, we don't have a lot to play. And Bruce always wants to play something, which is not really the best thing. He's not really a video gamer, which is good and bad at the same time. Okay, so here we go. Last scale. Move this over a bit. Okay, great. There we go so far. These are our scales. Very thick. Not really my usual kind of scale, but you can still feel it, which is nice. We'll be able to decorate that with no problem. Probably use about 1 pound of clay for this. I mean, nice and heavy. And of course we have this, which is what we did earlier today. Or earlier in the video. This is my Horde mug. I can drink the blood of your enemies out of it, which is nice. You know what I'm saying? Last I heard, human skulls were not dishwasher safe. I'm just kidding. And there you go. So this is what we have done today. This will be continued next Saturday. This will be our Onyxia mug in line with the World of Warcraft Horde mug. So thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I really appreciate the company, as always. I look forward to creating with you and seeing you next weekend. Thank you and have a nice night.